Happy Sunday. I'm your host, Megan Nilsson, aka Crypto Megan, coming to you from sunny southern Marbella, Spain. It's been actually a very beautiful weekend. We've been outside touching some grass, so to speak, playing tennis at our tennis club. There's a really cool vibe going on over there. And actually, for those of you who are tennis fans, Djokovic practices there regularly, so it's pretty cool. Eva Longoria was just at the gym working out. We saw her at a workout on. Really cool. So it's becoming a hub. So if you're ever in Spain, you must come down here. Let me know you're here. Let's build a community. So I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. You're taking advantage. You're going outside, breathing in the fresh air, and just taking a step back away from the computer. Sometimes it's really important to put things in perspective. So this video is just a little bit different today. It's going to be short, but I want to give you guys motivation because I have been feeling a kind of energy, a kind of momentum, and just overall optimism about the future of this space, about Bitcoin, about Web3, that I haven't felt in a really long time. I mean, this strong. Of course, I'm always optimistic. I love this space. It's my career. It's my life. I have been really actually enjoying the silence of the bear market. Nobody likes when things go down and when it's boring and dreary, but what I like is that we're on the verge again of such an incredible opportunity. All the trash and all all the bad things were washed out of the space, and now we're building up an incredible foundation to be able to go into our next chapter. So the years 2020 to 2024 was like the years of Bitcoin maturing and growing up, and it's been really incredible to witness. And as Warren Buffett says, when the tide goes out, you discover who's been swimming naked, aka the FTXs of the world and all of the people who came into crypto to take advantage, which I want to reiterate, it's not a crypto problem, it's a people problem. It's the same as Bernie Madoff. Bernie Madoff was no more a part of hedge funds than, Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX with crypto. It's just people. It's a people problem and people scamming and using crypto as a vehicle to do so. So now that all those bad actors are being washed away, it's just us. It's just us in the silence. And I want to tell you guys a story because I want you to understand the opportunity that's at hand right now. So I first heard about Bitcoin in high school in around 2010, I believe, or 11, from a real computer geek nerd friend of my brother's. And I could care less. I wasn't into it. Of course, I had other priorities in high school. But then I re-encountered it after I did a master in Spain, in Madrid. It was founded by Google. It was the very first class actually to digitize corporations, because it was all brick and mortar here. And for our reunion some years later, they flew out some blockchain developers, and it really impacted me. I don't know if it's the way, I was looking for something different. I had studied thousands of hours of traditional investing because I wanted to discover the path to financial freedom, but not in the ways that everybody had been talking about it before. And so truly, honestly speaking, I got really into crypto as an investment vehicle, but I discovered all the beautiful things about what is Web3 and blockchain along the way, which I'm definitely going to break down for you in future videos. And one of those is community. This community is next to none. It is absolutely unbelievable. And I hope that you're having a good experience. If you've had a bad experience with crypto, which is the case with many beginners or people who are just getting to this space, I hope you don't give up. And I hope you know that now is the time to take advantage, to have a second chance, to do it right this time, and to get help from people who want to help you and want to see you thrive and succeed. So it was about this time, after I had been researching a lot about blockchain crypto, I had done small investments, when I made my first bigger investment on the backs of the last bear market. It was a really special time because there was no noise. It was just me. I was studying. I was looking at the white papers. I was reading. I was listening to interviews, everything I could do. I sat down one night, middle of the night, and of course I do Excels and I do programs to calculate the stuff, but I'm a visual person. So I have lots of big whiteboards on my wall, and I just started drawing across the whiteboards on my wall. Actually, funny story, my brother, I discovered that there are these sticky papers that you can put up on the wall that you can write on that act like whiteboards, and I covered the entire walls with it. And he told me, "You look like a serial killer." So I get really passionate about this stuff, and I kind of think I'm a very visual person. So I made this projection about the money I had to allocate and what I wanted to allocate it into and why. And I sat there and I kind of rationalized it all out, and I put my plan up there. And then of course I did some follow up, and I started to act on that plan, because the number one the key to success in these markets is having a strategy, sticking to it. But before having the strategy is actually really having a thorough understanding of what you're investing in. So these are the kind of things I'm gonna teach you on the channel. But long story short, I went on to do incredible things with that portfolio in that one night in the middle of the night where it's just me, myself and I, my thoughts, just there thinking about the future of this space. And we've come such a long way since then. And it seems like such a short time ago, but we've made leaps and bounds since then. And right now we're at similar levels. Obviously not the same prices, but what I was able to do was that I invested in a coin like Cardano at 3 to 4 cents. And it went on to do a 69x. And I'm not saying this to you guys to get you to be over sensational or to get your hopes up or false expectations. We don't know what's going to happen, but we sure as hell can plan for it. We can make strategies. We can look for targets. We can think about why. I always think about what are the coins going to be that are going to stand the test of time, the projects, the fundamental foundation of this space. Which ones are they going to be? And it's starting with Bitcoin, because I truly believe that Bitcoin is going to act like one of the altcoins once the ETFs get approved, because as you know, an ETF, which is an investment vehicle for, hedge funds, for institutional players to be able to get involved and to buy in. Once they get those approved from the government, they'll have to buy Bitcoin one-to-one. So I think the spotlight will be on Bitcoin for a while, and then it'll trickle on into the altcoins. And that's when you really build your wealth. But Bitcoin is the safe haven. It's the perfect digital gold, as they say. It's digital portable property. And so we're going to start with learning about that, and then we'll go on to the other altcoins, because some of the number one mistakes I see in this space is that people jump right in, just go for whatever YouTuber they saw that recommended some coin, and they don't know why. If you have conviction in what you're investing in and you really understand why you're in this and you have a long-term projection, you are set for success. That is the biggest thing you can do to succeed in these markets, because many people, the reason why they lose is because they sell at a loss during these times, because they get desperate, they're overexposed, meaning they invested more than they can afford to lose, or they're just bored, or all of the above, and they're worried that it's never going to come back around. But if you have conviction and you truly understand, then you're able to stomach those pullbacks, because if you want those exponential gains, you have to accept that where we are now in this crypto cycle is volatile, because it's a very nascent new asset class. And we're only at 425 million users, like I said in my last video. So we have an amazing opportunity at hand. And the last point I want to make is, I just saw a YouTuber, one of the YouTubers I really like, he said people were getting on his case because he was being irresponsibly bullish. I understand the way people might feel, because a lot of people have been burned in this space. A lot of people buy just based on people's recommendations. But this is why I urge you to learn, to actually have conviction for yourself and to understand the arguments behind it. So tomorrow's video is going to be all about why buy Bitcoin. Why buy Bitcoin versus gold, versus stocks, versus other commodities, versus starting a new business even. Like, why should you have Bitcoin exposure in your portfolio? So I'm going to explain all that and break it down tomorrow. And I want you guys to be able to not only know for yourself, but to defend it to your friends and family. So that way, when you teach people, you're learning as well. So I'm also working on launching some courses for you guys during my 200-day to halvings initiative. And I truly hope you take advantage of this time, nerd out like I did, and, just enjoy the silence and the peace of mind, because this is where the big moves are to be made. Remember, the money that you're going to make happens now. The money you make in a real estate transaction is in the purchase. So just don't forget about that fact. And I'm going to be there with you every step of the way, just like I said. And I hope, again, that you're having a fantastic Sunday. Don't get too down about the markets. I know there's a lot of fear with the war going on and the politics and the macroeconomic scene, and those are legitimate concerns. But just know that where we are in this market cycle is now an exceptional opportunity to at least start learning and getting educated, and possibly starting to dollar cost average. So I'll be going over strategies, over why have Bitcoin as, exposure in your portfolio. And then also I'll be touching on altcoins, because I believe that they're the way to actually grow your wealth. So I hope you guys had a great weekend. It's been great catching up with you, and I cannot wait for Monday. Let's crush it. Have an amazing week. Until next time, see you tomorrow.